Recently, we had a whole bunch of kids on our farm and just had to explain agriculture to some second and third graders. It was a lot of fun.
Well, it is fun talking to people that come in with no preconceived notions about what agriculture is about and ask really some innocent and very good questions as well about where food's coming from and how farmers are bringing that to market.
Yeah, I love bringing the kids into a soybean field, and I just said, okay kids, what crop is this? Corn, wheat,
green beans.
Well, you know, we just kind of take stuff for granted because we grew up on the farm, and back however many years ago it's been when we were in school, a lot of the kids around us also grew up on farms. Well, today, yeah, we're still in a rural area, but a lot of the kids are not on the farms today. Their parents have jobs in town, and so they live in town. They're right next to, and they drive past farms every day. They have no idea what the crops are, what's happening with livestock, anything else. So it is kind of fun just to explain some of those things and to bring them out to the farm.
Well, the other thing that we got the kids involved in is our television program and seeing our studios and how we put things together. And you know what? Kids are a lot different than Brian and my age, or back in our day. Kids kind of know this tech stuff a little bit. They understand the computers, they can ask about some of the programs, they've heard about some of this stuff, and I thought, wow, that's crazy. They know probably more about the computer and the technical side of things than they do about what's going on out in the field. So it's kind of neat. Now, we aren't playing an Xbox game. There's no Xbox version of Ag PhD, although that would be kind of interesting.
Well, the whole reason why we're talking about this is if you are a farmer, we would just encourage you to have people come out to your farm. Whether that's a civic group, whether that's a school group, whatever it is, have them come out to your farm and explain things a little bit. Because most people just know what they hear on TV, and unless they're watching our show, they're probably hearing some negative stuff about agriculture on TV. Because that's about all you see in the news. It's some food scare, or people are worried about their water quality, things like that. You know what? In the United States, we have the safest and most abundant food and water supplies in the world by far. So I always encourage people, travel around the world a little bit and you'll see how great we have things here. But please, again, if you're a farmer, just have people come out to your farm and see what's actually going on the farm.
I was at a seed company this summer, and they had a fence around the outside of their fields where they had some research plots. And there were kids lined up on the outside of that fence watching the big equipment come through whenever they were doing something big out in the field. Kids are really interested in this stuff, and they would really love to see your equipment. Maybe they'd like to come out at harvest and look at things. You could do something really simple on your farm and invite some local neighbors out, or you could do like we're doing, inviting some schools out. There's plenty of groups in your area, agricultural groups, whether it's livestock groups or commodity groups like the National Corn Growers or American Soybean Association or National Association of Wheat Growers. They would love if you said, hey, I'm willing to let people come on my farm. Can you help me set something up? And they would help make a big deal out of it too. It's just so important when we're such a small percentage of the population to help involve the rest of the country in what we're doing and let them know what's going on.
Well, one of the things that is going on farms is weed control, especially if you've got our Weed of the Week. Can you identify this week's weed?